G'day, g'day. All right, that last game was weird, good and bad. Started great, traded out some positions, ended up a draw, but yeah, weird. Uh, Ecuador, Ivory Coast. I mean, it's like 40% Ecuador, 30% Ivory Coast, 30% the draw. Master money is, call it seven parts, 14, 42% master money Ivory Coast. And then the other twos are exactly the same, parceled up there, 28% each. Jared, I'll hit that up shortly, just once this gets going. Total, data play, 100%. 75% on Ecuador on the over, and we're looking at 88% of the master money on the under. 57% on the spread on Ecuador. Master actions well balanced. A ton of money on the first half draw. No master action though. Master action heavy on total goals over Ivory Coast, laying 170. All right, hang on a second. We're getting there. Got a bunch of stuff coming in. Oh fuck, this is just all over the place. Where am I going here? So it's kind of just well balanced all over the place. The data play is 100% on the under. So I guess another sweat in the close to 0-0. Bunch of master money on both halves, total under 1.5. So I guess this is where the under two's coming in. I actually saw these potentially as spitting out some goals, but now all the data, all the information's coming to this. I did like Ivory Coast at the pick'em. I just think these two teams are pretty close to 50-50. Master money Ivory Coast corners, Ivory Coast in a three-way market. And what else we got here? I mean, that's it. There's a shit. Oops, hang on. There is a shit ton of money on this game, but it's all spread out in three-way. The spread is really, really good volume, and it's kind of balancing out. Total definitely a standout. More money, rec money coming on the over. Ivory Coast. Let me just get in here and check. So, fuck. Yeah, I got a little rushed on this one. Just trying to actually check some of the stuff on tomorrow's game, and just time caught me by surprise. But yeah, this one's really well balanced. Ivory Coast, heavy master, three-way. Overall, Ecuador, a bit more of the action. But this total is just standing out heavily. So we're going to be on the under here. And as I said, I have played Ivory Coast pick plus some money. See how that plays out during the process. Cheers, Jared. Yes, that's what it is all about. UFC card I'm going to get into shortly. Cheers, Colin C. Thanks. And let me see what else I can get into here. Let me just get this game up so I can see it. Oh. I don't want this game. It's fucking so many channels coming up. I need to go find some UFC. What is it? Paramount? All right, haven't kicked off yet. So I am going to get back on this one. Props. Fucking totals, goals. This is weird. It's a little out of whack on some of this stuff. All right. Total first. Five to 1-0-0 is not good. Sorry, get yours with surely just want to do a few things here. All right, so they've kicked off. Bunch of money come in on Ivory Coast at late, but this should be a good game. Total definitely against standing out under 2. It's hard to cheer for unders after there's been so many goals, so many. Yeah, maybe an early goal and then hit the unders under that. All right, UFC. I need to get my Paramount up. Matchups. Fuck, hockey too. Let me hit the hockey. Let me see where that's at. NHL. Golf was not good in the end. Bud Corley getting his first win. So we're at 52% on the Knights, 56% of the master money on the Knights, but it's not a lot. It's like less than 10% of the overall money is master money. Total starting to balance up a little bit. 54% on the over, still 98% of the master money on the under. And the puck line, 61% on the -1.5, 100% of the master money -1.5. But it's not a lot, so I wouldn't get too wrapped up in that. First period, interestingly, over under 1.5. All the rec money is on the over. 92% of the master money is on the under. Overall, it's about 54% on the under there. Nothing on the spread. Still got the series crackling. College World Series. All right, let me hear that. Hit that one. MLB. Set an update on that. College baseball. All right, so 54% on West Virginia, 100% of the master money on North Carolina. I'm betting that around mid-30s, -30s, 32, 33, 34. 74% on the under, 88% of the master money on the under. Again, I think that was at 10.5 and 11. Now I'm sort of seeing 10, 9.5 around. So that's where that stands right now. All right, let's hit this UFC. What else? Just checking anything else that you guys have sent through. So first fight, Garcia Lopez, 54% on Lopez, 64% on Garcia. Not a big enough differentiation to call it a data plays yet. Hawkett, 84% and 86% of the master money's there. I know we were looking at Lewis last week. It's completely flipped around there. Totals are getting some good volume too. Mainly on the over in the Hawkett Lewis game. Fight. Bo Nickel, 81% of the money. Not worth noting the master action. Mauricio Ruffy, 63% of the money. 68 of the master money is on Chandler. Total, all these totals are kind of lean on the over. Bo Nickel's on the under 1.5. Big money on O'Malley. So we're looking at 72% overall money on O'Malley. However, a 61% Zahabi on the master money. Let's see where that money's coming in. Around the mid 300s, which is a little bit lower than that right now. 68% on the over, 69% of the master money on the over. Alex Pereira, 56% of the money, 78% of the master money is on that. Over is 84% over 2.5, and 76% of the master money. Justin Gaeth has got 57% of the money, 100% of the master money, but it's nothing of note. No, not a penny of master money on the favourite there in the main fight. Not a lot on the total. It's probably the lowest bet total of the entire thing as well. So, yeah. What do we got? 5:15, 6 o'clock. So we got about an hour until that starts. So I'll take another look in about 50 minutes. I'll set an alarm so I'm not missing it. And I think that's it. Game underway. Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Expected to be a pretty tight game. The draw was pretty low on this one, which I usually like to go against when it feels like that. But I like both of these teams to go deep. I've got a little bit of both for the top South American and African teams. Ecuador, I think like 16, 17 to 1. And Ivory Coast, can't remember what odds they were, but I got a bunch in the African one. I went hard against a few of the short price teams. So I'll be back. Cheers. Much appreciated. Thanks.